Recorded Books is pleased to present the Modern Scholar series, where great professors teach you. My name is Richard Poe, and I'll be your host. Today we begin a course entitled Heaven in a Wildflower, the British Romantic Poets. Your professor will be Adam Potkay. Professor Potkay teaches English at the College of William and Mary, and has been a visiting professor at Columbia University and at the University of Aberdeen, Scotland. He received his B.A. from Cornell University, an M.A. from Johns Hopkins University, and his Ph.D. from Rutgers University. Professor Potkay's publications include The Passion for Happiness, Samuel Johnson and David Hume, and The Fate of Eloquence in the Age of Hume. Professor Potkay was recently named a co-winner of the Harry Levin Prize, awarded by the American Comparative Literature Association for his book The Story of Joy, From the Bible to Late Romanticism. For more information on this course, please visit its webpage at www.modernscholar.com, where you'll have access to links to related sites and a seminar room to share your thoughts with other students. And now we begin Heaven in a Wildflower, the British Romantic Poets. Lecture 1. What is Romanticism?
Romantic poetry is, first and foremost, about how we see or perceive the world, about how imagination, intuition, and memory shape our perceptions of the world. Romantic poetry thus offers the possibility of a new world in seeing the world anew. This is the theme of many of the best-known lines of Romantic verse. For example, William Blake's desire, to see a world in a grain of sand, and a heaven in a wildflower, hold infinity in the palm of your hand, and eternity in an hour. We are led to believe a lie when we see not through the eye. That is, when we see with the eye, not through it, to an imaginative or spiritual realm. Or take these lines from William Wordsworth, recollecting the seemingly supernatural light that bathed all of nature in early childhood. There was a time when meadow, grove, and stream, the earth and every common sight, to me did seem apparelled in celestial light, the glory and freshness of a dream. It is not now, as it has been of yore, turn where'er so I may, by night or day, the things which I have seen, I now can see no more. Wordsworth later asks, whither is fled the visionary gleam? Where is it now, the glory and the dream? He concludes, hopefully, that something of this gleam can be recaptured through recollections of childhood, and also that adulthood brings additional goods of its own, sympathy with other people, the compassion that comes from having experienced suffering and seen death. What Wordsworth and Blake are offering us, what indeed most all the Romantic poets offer us, are glimpses of a new and better world, one in which the things of nature take on a supernatural gleam, or, conversely, in which supernatural things, such as spirits and magical forces, seem a part of nature. This natural supernaturalism, as we may call it, is embodied in a work that is a cornerstone of the Romantic movement, the volume of poems titled Lyrical Ballads, jointly written by Wordsworth and Samuel Taylor Coleridge. Originally published in 1798, it was revised and expanded in 1800. Of this volume, Coleridge later wrote, quote, "It was agreed between myself and Wordsworth that my endeavors should be directed to persons and characters supernatural, or at least romantic." Let me pause there to say that Coleridge uses that word romantic in the sense of deriving from old chivalric or heroic romances. That is, tales of heroes and knights and their often marvelous adventures. First, let me return to Coleridge. Quote, "My endeavors should be directed to persons and characters supernatural, or at least romantic, yet so as to transfer from our inward nature a human interest and a semblance of truth sufficient to procure for these shadows of imagination that willing suspension of disbelief which constitutes poetic faith." Mr. Wordsworth, on the other hand, was to give the charm of novelty to things of every day, and to excite a feeling analogous to the supernatural by awakening
Sample complete. Ready to continue?